Are we together?
People overjoyed at the presence of Peter Obi as he tours Benue State to see firsthand the people displaced by flooding. He also went to other flood-hit states in Nigeria. He went to Bayelsa, went to Anambra, and the tour continues. He may visit Delta, Rivers, and many others. Peter Obi's humanitarian work didn't start today, but before we see all his humanitarian work and the current tour he's undertaking, do you know that Peter Obi built many schools in northern Nigeria as a private citizen? He also equipped a hospital in Katsina State, but he doesn't want people to know about it because he did it for humanitarian purposes. Making the reveal on Twitter Space, Umar Farouk, a Nigerian of northern descent and an aid worker, revealed that the northern establishment, especially the clerics, always give the wrong impression about Peter Obi in the north. He explains how he discovered all the humanitarian deeds of Peter Obi in northern Nigeria that were unknown to the general public because Peter Obi does not want them to be publicized. Let's take a listen.
I have a strong reservation about Mr. Obi because what our people, especially the clerical establishment and some politicians, the lies that they told us in the north, was very, very much, and we bought into what they told us. From what they told us that he's a tribal bigot and so on, like he's not someone that tolerate people, he disrespect people. So out of anger, I tweeted something about it, and immediately when I tweeted that particular tweet, someone that I knew, a lady on this space, no, she's not on this, a lady on this app, brought to my attention. She called me. I went to her personally. So during the course of this my investigation and verifications, I now found out that what Mr. Obi has done to the people of Katsina, nobody in the whole state or in the north that has done such things to a Katsina state. 6 schools. Each of the school has 12 block of classroom. 6 schools, almost 2 to 3 years ago. And he did another one last year. One of the hospital in Katsina. I should go there. I should go to a ward inside the hospital and see something. I went to a ward in the hospital. Do you know that the dialysis machine that they were using at the hospital was bought by Mr. Obi? So out of passion and empathy and his love for the people, what I saw on this one, like, I know maybe there are medical doctors here or some people that are familiar with in the medical line how much it costs to buy a dialysis machine, because I know it's almost up to 100 million dialysis machine for those with kidney problem. So I went there, I took a photo. You understand? I went straight to the medical director of the hospital and I asked him questions. Before he was not forthcoming, and I said, I'm requesting this issue. I'm requesting this through the Freedom of Information Act, because he was trying to be rude, not and be helpful to me. And the moment I mentioned that Freedom of Information Act, now I was going to invoke it so that he can give me some information. So he now said that, okay, we'll go to this place. He even assigned someone to take me to the dialysis center that Mr. Obi built in the hospital. And I saw it. I was very, very stunned. You understand? I was stunned. I was ashamed. I feel ashamed of my generation in my own state, and I feel ashamed for my people in Katsina. You understand? So, like, I knew what it takes, the pain that our people go through. This is a state where the president belongs, which has a total population of internally displaced people of up to 700,000. I'm not talking of 70 or 700 or 7,000. I'm talking to about 700,000 registered, those that were registered by my own organization, by my own agency that I work for. You understand? They are the ones providing a lifeline for us. Me, for me as a Muslim, I'm not trying to shade any Muslim, but me, when it comes to the truth and for the sake of clarity and posterity, I said it out. And when you are wrong, I will tell you you are wrong. Please, this is what you should do. I call a spade a spade. You understand? So, apart from those, and someone told me that there is a rice mill in Kano. So, for me, I went straight down to Kano just to see the rice mill. And when I went to the rice mill, what the managing director of the rice mill told me that, do you know who the owner of this rice mill was? And I said no. He said Peter Obi has a 70% majority stake of this rice mill, and this rice mill happens to be one of the biggest rice mills in Africa. You understand? Which employs over almost 2,000 people in Kano from in Kano State alone. So not to these are the things that I know. There are other things that I don't know that he has done in other regions and other part of the country.
So in summary, in order not to make this video too long, Omar said that he verified some of these donations and humanitarian work that P2B did in northern Nigeria, that he was surprised that a man that many clerics and politicians have been lying to them about have built these massive schools without making noise about them. Unlike other northern politicians, it became a turning point for him.
When the market caught fire, so there was a lot of donation. People from all walks of life came. Dangote of all people came. He gave us 20 million, along with Bua Abu Samad Isaac Rabiu. But Peter Obi didn't came to Katsina. He made a donation of 100 million naira. This is something that is available for each and every one of you to see.
You can get the link to the video of Omar's revelation in the video description. The charity works of P2B in the north that Omar discovered is too long to be featured in this video, but be rest assured we will bring you more in subsequent videos. You can use the link to watch his exposition in full.
And I'll make sure that if you give me an account today, I will start with the little I can. And if today I can start with a sum of 5 million naira, I go on, who he wants. We'll go on to see what we can do to support you. I could not believe this is possible. We're in Nigeria, this is happening in Nigeria. Let's continue to have faith in Nigeria. Thank you.
Some people see P2B's visit to Benue State as having a political undertone, but that's not correct. P2B has always been a kind and caring individual. His many works of philanthropy are largely unknown to the public because he is a believer in the fact that acts of charity shouldn't be publicized, unlike many who bring TV crews to cover and publicize their charity work. In 2010, P2B visited Haiti and spent 1 week with his son doing humanitarian work. He also made a personal donation of $200,000 to support their recovery efforts. And he also urged the Southeast governors to make donations to Haiti. By that time, he was the Southeast Governors Forum chairman. Also in 2012, when there was heavy flooding around many communities like it is flooding many communities and towns now, P2B went deep into the flooded areas to meet people, and he reportedly housed the displaced persons in the government house, Oka, in order to save cost. They took care of them until the water receded and they went back to their homes. P2B also visited South Africa during the heat of xenophobia unrest in the country. P2B has also made several donations worth millions of naira to many schools in Nigeria as a private citizen.
Benue State will spend several millions to keep all this ID camp running. And they need every is penny. There's no way all this will not cost Benue State about $500 million monthly to keep them going.
Back to Benue State, where he sympathized with people who are displaced by floods. Flooding have been a major problem this season. Large swaths of land in Nigeria are flooded from Benue State and Kogi down to Anambra, Delta, Imo, Rivers, and many other states. Nasarawa State also has some parts underwater, including Adamawa, not forgetting Lagos, where the authorities have issued a statement advising residents to relocate. Areas affected are Ketu, Alapere, Alabole, and other neighboring communities in Lagos. Yes, the crowd is over the moon as P2B visits Bayelsa State. Many parts of Bayelsa State are underwater. In fact, many roads in Bayelsa State right now have been taken over by flood water. Moving in and out of these areas are by boats alone, not cars.
Entrance to my house.
Also, the former president, Goodluck Jonathan's hometown, is flooded. May all the people displaced by the floods get help that they need quickly. Remember to subscribe to our channel and enable notification. Thanks for watching.